Good morning, noodlers. This is Paul Romero with the Sell a House Wholesale Real Estate Training number 30. Wow, that's big. Um, it's a milestone. So we've been into this for 29 days now. We talk about, oh, I'm sorry. Today is Wednesday, October 8th. And for those of you who've never seen this call, this hangout, um, propertynoodlers@gmail.com is our address, and I'm going to put that up on the screen right now. I forgot to do that. Well, I forgot to do that on the other thing too earlier. Anyway, that's our address for you to join our team. We are successful wholesalers. We are knocking them out of the park. We have found a niche that is spectacular. We approach things in a completely different way than what the traditional trainings tell you. And we are all about helping people. Okay. Homeowners, number one, obviously. We're all about helping homeowners because helping people is through helping people, is how we make our money. We're not looking to cutthroat shark people out of their houses. And that, I think, is what has attributed to our success, whereas we've seen a lot of others fall by the wayside and not be able to achieve the success that we're starting to see really explode. So we also are about helping you to do what we do. And that is where the property noodlers comes in, because we are, why isn't this thing working? Because we are offering to, we are offering our services. We're offering to let you leverage our knowledge to become a wholesaler of real estate and make a lot of money. Okay. So that's what these are all about. And we feel that a huge part of success in this business is you yourself, your way of thinking, your mindset, your abilities, all of the things that make you you, and not necessarily as much the how of what it takes to go out there and do a deal. Quite frankly, the how of doing deals is the easy part. That's the part that, you just have to do it a couple of times and you have it down and it's no big thing. The problem that we run into with people is that they just don't have it within themselves to go out there and do what needs to be done. So that's where the big mystery is. That's the key between what we like to call wholesaler to wholesaler is, your abilities, yourself, your mindset, your confidence, your courage, your thinking, especially. All those things are the key component to your success. That, and also the approach of helping people, not the approach of scoring big deals, of finding, of taking advantage of people. Okay, that's the wrong way to go about it. And sure, there's people out there that are being successful doing that, but those days, I think, are coming to an end. I think you really, really, really need to put in the forefront of your business model the idea of helping people, and hey, you know what? We have the mindset of, if we find a person that we can actually help keep their house, we're going to do that, because for every one person that we help to keep their house, we're going to be rewarded with two people that'll sell us their house. That's just the way that universe works. You are rewarded for good deeds, and you're rewarded for good work, and you're rewarded for helping people, and while some people can get past that, I don't know, they sold their soul to the devil or whatever. I don't know what the deal is, but some people can get past that, and they can be successful at this, being cutthroat at it. That's not what we're about. So our opportunity with wholesaler noodlers is with real estate property noodlers. I'm sorry, is not just another real estate program. Okay, it's way more than that. This is an opportunity to become an entrepreneur, and the definition of an entrepreneur being someone who solves problems for a profit. So we're out there solving problems. Now, some problems we solve and there's no profit involved whatsoever. And hey, that's fine. It's not a big deal, because we know that that one deal or that one problem that we solved that we didn't make any money from, like I said, we're going to be rewarded with 2, maybe even 3 others that we are going to make money from. So like I said, this is far more than just another real estate program. This is the opportunity to become an entrepreneur. This is also the opportunity to do something good, to make a contribution to this world, to, as Buckminster Fuller puts it, to enhance the lives of this generation and generations to come. That's what we're all about here. So if you want to be involved with an organization, a company that is on the right side of the fence, with an organization, with a company that's all built, that's based around helping people, and you want to flip houses and you want to make money wholesaling property, this is where you want to be. Okay, propertynoodlers@gmail.com is where you want to send your request, your information, set up a meeting. We'll talk to you. We'll get you started on the right track. And the best part of what we do too is we don't just give you information and say, hey, here it is, go figure it out. Okay, what we do here is we get you on, do this, this, and this, and go grab a deal, and let's work this deal and make you some money so that you can feel the power, so that you can build your confidence, so that you can understand, you can have an opportunity right there, bing, bang, boom. Hey, is this something that I really want to do? Does this fit for me? Will this work? Can I do this? But in figuring all that part out, at least you make a little bit of money. You might do a deal, you might work through the first deal and realize that, you know what, I just don't think I'm cut out for this. Hey, thanks guys for making me a couple $1,000s or a few $1,000s or a whole bunch of $1,000 or whatever it is that you end up making. Thank you very much for that. But you know what? I feel like I got lucky, but this is not for me, and I'm going to have to do something else. So whatever happens, it's all good. We just want to help you. We want to give you the opportunity to see what this is all about, to get it by getting a deal done, and figure out if it is what your calling, so to speak. If this is what you should be doing with your life, and this is how you should be making an impact on the world by helping people. So that's what Property Noodles are all about. That's what then these hangouts here, as I mentioned in the very beginning, we feel that the biggest key factor to anyone's success here is, in your mind, your way of thinking, et cetera, and so on, who you are. And so that's what we focus on a lot in these calls is mindset, where you come from, how to, ways to, improve your own personal growth, all those types of things. So with that in mind, I wanted today do a little kind of an experiment here. I want you to think about your mind being this big filing archive room, okay? And inside this room, the walls are lined with file cabinets. And if you were to go into that room right now, I know you people are all of different varying ages, and the younger you are, the less this is going to be, and the older you are, the worse this is going to be. I can attest to that because I didn't open the door to this room until I was probably about 50. And boy, was it a mess. So you walk into this filing room for the first time in however many years you've been walking this planet, and you walk into your archive files of your mind, and you open the door and you see all these file cabinets up around the walls, and you got, some drawers are open and some are closed, and files are hanging out, and papers are halfway in the files, and there's stacks of papers on the files, and there's loose papers all over the place on the file cabinets and on the floors, and there's stacks of papers everywhere. And all of these things, all of these documents, all of these papers, each and every one is something that you have seen, something that you've heard, something that you've read, something you were taught, something that you experienced, something that you said, something that you've done. Everything in your entire lifetime, from the day you were born until the day you just opened this door, is on a document in this room. I won't say filed. Some are filed, some are not, but they're in this room. And like I said, it's a freaking mess. Okay, that's the biggest challenge that we have in everything that we do in our lives, in our spiritual life, in our physical life, in our mental life, and in our financial life. Okay, the biggest challenge that we have is cutting through all of this clutter to find the truth and to live by that truth. We end this call every day with the Napoleon Hill prayer, and the opening of this prayer says, "Oh universe, I ask not for more wisdom, but for more. I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom, which was to make better use of the riches I was given at birth." Okay, these file cabinets, inside these file cabinets are great riches, great pieces of gold that you were given at birth. But from day one until today that you open this door, everything that we've been taught and learned and seen and experienced and all those things have been being piled upon these great riches. And so they get harder and harder and harder to find these truths and these riches that we were given at birth. And our job now, if we want to become successful from the place that we're at now, and it's not our fault that we're here. It just, like I said, all this stuff has been piled upon us. So, and it's not anyone's fault that negativity and lies and untruths and falsities and all these things have been piled upon us, because they can only give us what they know, right? And they only know what they experienced and they were taught, et cetera, and so on. And it's come down the line from centuries, from the dawn of man. All this stuff has been, ingrained into our beings. That heck, a lot of this stuff is almost innate when we are born. That as we get information that supports this way of thinking, it's easy for us to accept it and believe it. And when we get information that is actually the real truth, that is the real information with the gold, the stuff that we really want to keep, it rubs us the wrong way. It doesn't feel right. It seems odd. It doesn't make sense. And we end up kind of discarding this information. I mean, it gets filed into this room, it gets tossed in here, but it's not put in a place where we're going to reuse it again. So now like I said, here's the challenge that we have, is we have to start from where we are now with a mind mess, and we have to start filtering through all of this information that's been poured into our minds for years and years and decades and however long we've been walking the face of this planet. And as we go through each and every one of these documents, because unfortunately it can't be done overnight. We can't just roll in a big dumpster and hook up a big hose with a vacuum and go and suck it all into the dumpster and be done and go, bam, cool, I can start fresh now with all the riches I was given at birth. It doesn't work that way, okay? Because if we were to do that, we'd suck out all that gold that we've been accumulating along the way as well too, and we can't afford to lose that. We can't go all the way back to square one and start. We have to find the good stuff that's in there, but we have to get rid of the bad stuff that's in there. The good news is there's magic in this room, okay? And of course, there's no magic attached to the bad stuff. And unfortunately, every piece of bad information that you pick up and that you want to discard, you have to throw it in that dumpster one piece at a time. And that's the only thing that you can do, is just one at a time. You have to start getting rid of this stuff. The magic happens, though, when you find a piece of gold. When you pick up one of those items and you go, wow, this is good stuff. This is the stuff I need to keep. I need to file this in that cabinet right there underneath. Gotcha. That's where it needs to go. I need to file it there so I can find it later and use it, right? So as you carry this piece of gold over to that filing cabinet, it magically attracts two other pieces to it of similar goldiness. And as you go to file it into this cabinet, into the place where it's supposed to be, as you file this in, suddenly two other things pop up. And you're like, oh, what are these? And you look at these, and these are something that probably is going to be discarded, but you definitely have to take a closer look at these things, because there might be some gold within these things. Maybe you discard most of it, but there's a piece in there you got to keep. So, but this is probably stuff that needs to get, tossed away, because the gold repels the positive, repels the negative. So that's why when you file that in there, you automatically get a couple of good pieces here to automatically get rid of, that help expand upon that gold that you just put in there. That gives it more room to attract more to it. So that's where the magic is. So the daunting task before you of seeing this room that's just a disaster zone that you have to start filing through and cleaning out, like you have to go clean out your garage every few years, to make room for the good stuff, you got to do this in your mind. And like I said, the good news is there's help from the magic that's going to help you sort through and get the good stuff where it needs to be in a faster fashion, bringing more good stuff with it and making room for more good stuff to fit in there. While unfortunately the bad stuff, once you toss something away, you have to go start filtering through again and find something else. That's bad, throw it away. This is bad, throw it away. This is bad, throw it away. And nothing goes with it. Just the one bad piece goes with it. So that's the long and daunting task, which is, like I said, why this is not something that you're going to do overnight. You're not going to do it in a day. You're not going to do it in a week. You're not going to do it in a month, or probably even a year. It's going to take some time. But the only way that you can ever get to where you want to go is to start. And you got to start now. And so that's where we take these calls, these hangouts. Is all about the mindset, the way of thinking, different concepts. We want to try to help put more good gold pieces into your filing cabinet, because maybe there's not a lot of good gold pieces in there. Maybe you'll end up finding out that, hey, I could have brought that vacuum in here and just sucked it all out because it's all junk, but you don't know that. Okay. So, what we try to do here is supply more of the gold, so that, hey, here's the other part of the magic too. If it comes the end of the night and you have to go to bed, right? You walk out of that room, you close the door. If you go and you come back the next day and you've got a piece of gold that you need to file, as you walk through the room to go file that, guess what? That piece of gold sucks up two more good pieces out of the room for you. So again, it helps you, get through the good stuff, get the good stuff put where you want it to be faster. Like I said, unfortunately, the bad stuff is still there that you just have to sort through one piece at a time. But the magic is in the good, and that's where we try to give you, like I said, part of what we do here is try to give you more gold nuggets that you can carry into that room to help you, get that good stuff filed away quicker and better, and help you get to where you want to be. Shuffling more bad stuff off to the sides and out of the way, type of a situation. So I just wanted to give you that little analogy of, your mind file this morning. Let you know, what it is that we're trying, because some of you, maybe you've seen some of these and you're like, these guys talk about a whole lot of stuff that isn't really real estate. What the heck is that all about? Well, like I said, our propertynoodlers@gmail.com, our Property Noodlers program is all about helping people. And you can only help people with positivity and with good stuff. Okay. So we have to get the positivity and the good stuff in our minds categorized and filed away where it needs to be, so that we can call upon it and use it to help people with. and we have to get all the bad stuff out of the way so that we don't end up, you know, thinking the wrong way and looking to do nothing more than take advantage of people. So with all that in mind, we are first of all offering to you the ability to leverage us, leverage our knowledge, leverage all of the information that we have on the how, the stuff that holds you back, that gives you that, what they call the paralysis of analysis syndrome, where you have so much information and you feel like you just have to know it all before you can get started. Leverage our knowledge. Don't worry about the how. In fact, totally forget about the how. Come on board with Property Noodlers and just get the exact little bits of the how that you need first. The very first exact little bits that you need to go out there and land a deal. That's what it's all about. All the rest of it falls into place. Landing a deal is what it's all about. Getting started, especially landing a deal, is what it's all about. If you can't land a deal right away, which most people don't, you're going to give up. You're going to say, this stuff doesn't work. How am I going to do this? So anyway, that's all I got for today. I just want you guys to understand, we're all about helping people. We're all about helping the homeowners that we're out there looking to get deals from. We get deals through helping people. Our objective is to better this world, to educate people, to help people, all of that stuff. And that's what our Property Noodler program can give to you as well too, is the ability to make a difference in your community, in your life, in other people's lives, you know, to give back something good from your knowledge and education as well too. And of course, obviously, to make lots and lots of money along the way. Hopefully enough money to allow you to quit your job, allow you to you know, gain more freedom of time, that you can spend more time with your family, your friends, do the things that you want to do in life, which, hey, wait a minute, that sounds a whole lot like financial freedom. So yeah, exactly. That's what we're all about. And like I said, helping people, we're offering, we're giving it. We're giving this stuff away. Leverage us, because you know what? We don't charge. There's absolutely no cost to get involved with us. You don't have to buy a program. You don't have to do anything right from the beginning. All you got to do is send an email. Let's have a chat. Let's get you rolling. That's all you got to do. You know, we'll make money from you. We'll get paid for our education of you, you know, within the system, the way that we have the program set up. We'll make our money, you know, but we're not going to ask for it up front. You want to do this, send me an email. That's all there is to it. With that, I'm out of here for the day. And I want to end with the Napoleon Hill prayer, which goes, and listen very, 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 very carefully to these words, people. Very carefully. And before I say this, I would highly suggest that you all run out today and buy a big old fat book written by Napoleon Hill called The Laws of Success in 16 Lessons. Okay? Go buy that book. Live your life by that book, and you will rise above the herd, and you'll become anything and everything you want to be. It's just that simple. That book has it all in there for you. Well, you know what? It doesn't have it all in there, but it's got enough in there to get you to where you want to go, and to get you on the path of finding out what the rest of it is that you need to know, which isn't a whole lot more, to be quite honest with you. It's all in there except for just a few key little factors that were probably removed by the people that didn't want this knowledge to get out into the hands of folks like us, the regulars, you know. So, oh universe, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to make better use of the riches I was given at birth, consisting of the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I might desire. What more can I ask for? All right. With that, everybody, we'll see you Friday.